You know, people who always tell you need to stay positive even if everything is going wrong in your life. You need to keep this attitude towards positivity even if nothing feels aligned with your mindset. Those people are fake people, they are liars. Because how do you expect yourself to be positive if you don't go through the nightmares, if you don't go through your traumas, if you don't go through things that were unprocessed inside of you? In order to be happy, in order to be positive, you need to reaffirm all of those things to yourself and heal them. Only in this way you can be positive. It's like saying, well, at this point you need to accept the negativity and leave the negativity. No, you need to remove the negativity first and then make up for space for the positivity in order to get into that. You don't need to listen to those people because those people mostly don't even apply those rules in their lives. They just say them, but they don't apply them in their lives. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 steps through peace. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Before getting to the point of this video, I want to promote my ebook. My ebook is a complex of poems that speaks under a personification way based on my emotions. I wanted to represent those emotions because I was going through a hard time, and I wished that I could also give advices to you guys in order to face a tough situation or where you can't get out from the situation itself. I really hope that you can purchase and like my book. You can find my book linked in my bio. Okay, there's a link where you can get access to my book. It's available on Amazon Kindle and also over stores such as Draft to Digital that links the book to other sites. And yeah, I hope that you guys can purchase and like my book. If you're interested in poetry, if you're interested in emotion, in psychology, philosophy, this could be the right suite for you. Alright, so thing number one, you need to be disciplined. You know, sometimes you don't get the motivation to do something. Sometimes you just need to be disciplined, all right? You need to just master the belief that you're going to do that thing, okay? I'm not motivated. I don't care. I'm disciplined and I'm still going to do that thing even if I'm uncomfortable. No matter how uncomfortable you are, push yourself out there and do the thing. You see how your confidence starts to rise after. This discipline is super good for the brain because it teaches boundaries, okay? It teaches you, well, I need to do this thing, I need to detach from negative thoughts. It's just, you don't reply to the negative thoughts because the more you reply to those things, the more it will alter your mood in a negative way. You just need to do it. You know, put an act, overreacting to thoughts, over complaining, everything like that. So you need to be disciplined in order to reach peace. Second thing, set boundaries. Set boundaries not only to people, but also to yourself. Set boundaries. Am I overworking myself? Am I doing too much? Am I thinking too much? All of the over things, all right, should be set as a limit, okay? You should set a boundary to those things. Okay, you should never engage in the over things because those over things will just end up consuming you. Your mind is not trained for over consumption. Your mind is trained for consumption that's healthy. Okay, so you need to set boundaries to yourself mainly, but also you need to set boundaries to other people. All right, if you want success, if you want a successful streak, you need to be mindful and tell yourself, well, maybe this person is not good for me, I should cut them off. Or maybe just set kind boundaries, right? During this time I want to stay alone because I need to focus on this thing. If the person does not understand that, well, you just need to set even harder boundaries in order for the person to understand that. Third thing, your environment. Your environment is crucial, guys. Because if you're in a negative environment, it's like you're constantly receiving these negative energies that they release. Because if you don't know, this is a neuroscientific fact, your brain releases energy, even without realizing, okay? Your whole body, your whole cells are made of energy. If you constantly have those negative energies will delegate through the environment. And if you're in this toxic environment, even if you're a positive person, you will have to face this shift. But you can always control the energy by protecting your energy, not replying to that kind of energy, but keeping your strength, keeping yourself focused on the present and the action that you want to do. But a good thing in order to reach peace should be a calm, reflective, good people surrounded with the same mindset, aligned with you, you know, people that just align with your mindset. Fourth thing is acceptance. Now, you need to accept things in order for your dream reality to sneak into your reality. Okay, imagine like this: you have this reality, all right, this reality where you're constantly complaining, this reality where you don't like anything, you don't get over the past. And then there's this dream reality, the dream reality where you're finally healed, where you finally got over the past, where you finally reached the successful tools, all right, the tasks, everything like that. Well, how do you do this? You think of the dream reality, okay, in your mind, you visualize this image of yourself and you act like that, okay? You don't stay stuck on old habits because those old habits are silently dragging you down and constantly making you stay in the same hole. You need to constantly move to that, okay? It's like discipline, okay? You need to master the belief that you should act like that. Act like that. You need to focus on the present moment, okay? Cherish the present moment, be happy for the present moment, and on the other hand, master your attention, your focus to that. This is super crucial. You need to accept that the past is gone and now you're in the present. Fifth thing, in order to reach peace, focus only on the things that are in your control. You know, personally, as someone who struggles with OCD, right, I have intrusive thoughts, right? So I told myself, those intrusive thoughts are literally out of your control. So you shouldn't actually react to those thoughts. The more you react to those thoughts, the brain gives you more. It's like a social media algorithm. The more you interact with a certain kind of content, the more it pushes you to watch this kind of content. The same goes for the brain. You don't need to constantly react to things that are out of your control. Visualize this image in your head, right? You are at peace like this. You are reflecting, you are meditating, you are in control of your emotions. Those are things that you can control, your emotions. You can rationalize them and finding the lessons out of those emotions in order to live your dream life. But what people think about you, what they say about you, your expectations, all of those things, thoughts that don't align with the real you, those are things that are out of your control, so you shouldn't even stress about them. You should just let them be there, allow them to be there, and focus on the right track of you. Sixth thing, you need to be creative with yourself, okay? It's like every single struggle that you have, every single good moment, every single vibe that you want to share with yourself mainly, you need to express that through something. For example, express my feelings, my struggles, all of those things through art, through poetry, through learning, through reading books that speak about this emotional state I am in. Because I constantly want to expand, I constantly want to grow, I want to learn. And this is what guides me through healing, learning, but on the other hand, listening to my body, listening to my emotions, okay? You need to be creative and you need to turn your struggle into this masterpiece. Another thing, never break the authenticity rule. You always need to be authentic to your energy, to your aura, to your principles, okay? You don't need to be driven. Example, if someone wants you to do something that you don't want to do because in this moment you don't feel like doing that, but you say yes because you don't want to hurt their feelings and this is people pleasing, this is a bad thing because you're not being authentic to yourself and you're causing yourself to stress out over this thing, and the energy that is, you feel like a shift in the energy of yours won't be there anymore, and you'll feel like in exchange their energy, their pressure will come into you and you start to feel like you're not yourself anymore. Okay, so this is crucial to set boundaries and only do things when you're authentic to do them. Okay, don't force yourself to do something if you don't feel like doing that. Only when you have the energy, when your brain, your mind, your soul are telling you, well, I want to do this thing and I want to express that. Also, we always tell ourselves to be strong. We need to be strong in this world in order to survive. You know, we need to be our parents, we need to be our warriors, okay? But we also need to compassionate about ourselves, okay? We need to be compassionate. We need to give ourselves love, gratitude. Every time you do something that you thought you couldn't do, or every time you fulfilled your task, celebrate it. Say, I'm proud of yourself. I'm proud that you did this thing. And give yourself rewards. For example, after a workout, okay, I put challenges because as someone who struggles sometimes with attention, so right, I need to put those timers. And every time I accomplish my workout, okay, my challenge, I give myself rewards, okay? I give myself positive affirmations, hugs, kisses. I give myself candies because this is what you need to do. You need to celebrate your small wins, because this is success. Success is not only about big things, but also small things. Celebrate yourself. Now, the most important thing in order to reach peace, you need to learn lessons. I know that you don't like this thing, but you need to go through pain in order to be positive, in order to shift from a negative energy to a positive one. If you never learn from your mistakes, how do you think that you can grow from them? Learning means feeling pain, honey, because genuinely, how can you expect to grow if you always stay in the same position? It's like, I'm here, but you refuse to feel the pain in order to grow, and you're constantly telling yourself, but I want to grow, I want to grow. You feel pain regardless, because if you can't grow, because you feel like you want to block yourself from growing, you still feel pain. So at this point, feel pain in order to grow, and not to overprotect yourself, because overprotection is bad. As I mentioned before, anything that's over too much will cause you damage. The brain is not made for damage, for overconsumption, but is made for healthy boundaries, okay? Healthy quantity and limits. Then once you extract the wisdom out of your lessons, that's when you shift your mindset to positive, which means being positive does not mean that your life is all pink and flowers. You still have struggles, you still have bad events in your life that might happen. But what you do, you think from a third perspective and tell yourself, what's the healthiest thing that I could do in order to face this? All right? You take a moment to reflect and you breathe. You don't force yourself to do something immediately just because you have the feeling. Remember, mindset over impulse. We all have impulse, and you struggle with impulse all of your life. But if you have a mindset that defeats the impulses, that's when you win. The mind can only win when the mindset is stronger than the impulses. If you don't master that art, I'm sorry, but you can never fully grow. Okay, you can never fully expand and finally reach the highest version of yourself. Okay, you feel stagnant, and this is even more painful, because you know that you wasted your potential because you had a fear of evolving. So yeah, guys, it's crucial to master peace in these three fields: in yourself, in order to reach a calmer version of yourself, okay, in order to be more relaxed and facing things with more positive attitude. Yourself, your environment is crucial, because if you constantly surround yourself with negative people, these negative energies will come to you. You need to place yourself in a calm environment. And third of all, your goals, okay? Don't have expectations. It's up to the universe and God to give you your rewards based on how you feel and based on your work, okay? The universe rewards alignment. The universe does not reward complaints. It does not reward how good you are, okay? The universe rewards alignment, which means that a person could be terrible, but they could still get what they want because they're aligned with that. You know, sometimes universe can be selfish, but you can master the art to be positive and also be aligned with your beliefs. So yeah, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope that was useful. I hope that was useful for you to overcome your struggles, whatever that is. Remind yourself to always say those positive affirmations, okay? But you also need to believe them, visualize them. Visualize yourself that you already accomplished your goals. This is what helps me to move through life, okay? You'll always have struggle, but a positive mindset can defeat everything. Remember this. I love you all. I wish you healing, and bye.